Hello everyone, my name is Simon O'Brien and welcome to my new episode of Who Will Win series. And it's going to be Captain America from Marvel versus Albert Wesker from Resident Evil. Now, this episode is actually going to be pretty short because there isn't much to talk about here aside from space stats alone. So, without further ado, let's get started with Captain America. Now, Captain America, aka Steve Rogers, is a World War I or II veteran, I believe, and he was frozen in ice after a confrontation with Red Skull and all that, and he ended up going into the present day through time traveling inside ice, and yeah, you know the story about Captain America. It's pretty interesting, pretty straightforward. Now, anyways, aside from his background, we'll just jump right into his base stats. Now, for strength, he's basically peak human, although at times I think he's more like large building level because he has held up stuff like, say, an elevator coming crashing down, or even held back the Hulk for a bit, so that is pretty impressive. And the Hulk is very strong. There's no need to explain how strong the Hulk is, but oh well. Moving on. So, aside from his strength, he is also very known for his throwing techniques, which is actually going to be part of his moveset in this fight here. It also involves his iconic shield, his vibranium shield. Now, this vibranium shield is actually indestructible. It has tanked hits from Thor without any scratches or anything. Even prevented Wolverine's claws from piercing Cap and all that multiple times, actually. And speaking of Wolverine, Wolverine's a guy that actually is a master of all martial arts and all that. And Captain America has beaten Wolverine a couple of times, so his skill set is actually very useful against skilled characters. And I would say that Cap is one of the best fighters in the Marvel Universe, so there's that. Now, for durability, Cap is actually a very durable character in Marvel. He isn't too durable compared to, say, Wolverine, because he doesn't really have a strong healing factor, although he is basically in a super soldier serum, which actually enhances his physique and all that to human physical perfection and all that. And yeah, it grants him a minor regen, in my opinion, because we haven't seen him regrow limbs and all that instantly and all. And a good headshot to Cap will actually kill him instantly. So, I mean, that speaks of his durability, but he's still strong. If you hit his body armor, which is still very tough, tank punches from Black Panther and all that, and yeah, he's pretty good. He's an all-around fighter here. Let's talk about his shield more. Now, with his shield, he can actually throw it and ricochet walls and all that, and bounce back and hit his enemies, or even go back to Cap if he wanted to, if he missed a target. And also, his shield techniques involve more about defense and offense, and more retaliation, a clear opening. When you try to punch Cap, he'll try and block it and then will knock you back with his shield. And when he knocks you back with a shield, it will hurt. Sometimes he will decapitate you if you're not careful and all that. So he is very strong with his shield and all that. So there's that. Now for speed, Cap is still peak human, although he can see the trajectory of bullets at times, even multiple machine gun bullets. So he is very fast as well. In terms of combat speed as well, he is, like I said, very fast. Although he's kind of slower to characters like Wolverine and Black Panther. Although that's no shame to it, because those two are very good at speedsters at times. Although Wolverine's not really a speedster, but when he gets really mad and all that, he does get very fast, tagging, I believe it's Speed Demon or something like that. Oh, well, never mind. You get the idea that Wolverine's pretty fast. So, there's Cap, and his other good feats is knocking the Hulk down for a bit, and considering that the Hulk is one of Marvel's strongest characters, it's actually pretty impressive. So, there's that. Although, he didn't overpower Hulk like strength, no, he applied pressure point techniques and all that, like Kenshiro style, and basically incapacitated the Hulk for a little bit and all that. I mean, he didn't completely beat him, but incapacitated him for a little while, so there's that. So I would say that it was probably his best feat against someone who's above his level of power and stats. Now, let's go to Albert Wesker. Now, Albert Wesker here is a genetically modified human. He used to be working for the STARS program with Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine, and I believe he turned traitor and all that. I mean, I haven't played Resident Evil for a while, but I believe he was a traitor in the long run, so there's that. And he ended up being a super enhanced human, like I said before. Although, with these enhancements, he can actually dodge and even casually dance around bullets and multiple machine gun bullets fired by Chris Redfield and Sheva and Jill. And he can also knock these bullets back any way if he wanted to. He's like, it's almost like a time stop. Well, not completely a time stop. It slows time for him and all that. So there's that. And for combat speed, Wesker is extremely fast. Like, he actually catches Chris Redfield a lot. And one of the cutscenes involved in the plane, I believe Chris was caught off guard and was at death's bed. And if it wasn't for Sheva, Chris would have been dead in an instant, really, because Wesker is very strong, which I'll go into strength now for Wesker. Now, Wesker can actually break missiles in midair, I believe, and all that. And keep in mind, I'm not only talking about base Wesker. He has another form, like, I think, I'll just say it's super form. I forgot what it was, but oh well. Well, in base Wesker, he can actually break necks very quickly. He can even punch humans far enough to go through walls and all that. So he is very strong. And, yeah, and also for durability for base Wesker, he can tank missiles without a scratch, although it will harm him over time, and he's actually immune to other physical forms of attacks, say, like, if you punch him, he probably won't care about it. It's like, he will shrug it off eventually, although punching him multiple times, like Star Platinum style, he will... he will actually eventually feel it, so there's that. He has an interesting type of durability, like, he has high pain tolerance, and he does have a regen, although it gets slower the more you fight him and all that, so there's... If you have enough firepower, you can beat him. Now, with his ultimate form, he grows a large arm, and if he knocks you out with that arm, you'll be dead instantly, depending on where you are. Like, when you actually play Resident Evil 5, you fight Wesker in this final form, and he wields this arm, and if he hits you, you'll be dead instantly, like go into lava or go down a cliff and all that. Although, depending on the scenario in this fight, it will probably kill you quickly anyway. So, like, if you're against a building, the sheer force would probably shut down your system and all that. Well, you're not a robot, I hope, but shut down your internal organs, so there's that. So, Wesker here has a lot of abilities as well. He can shoot. He is actually very, very good with his weapons. Like, he has his iconic pistol, but I forgot what it was. I think it was a Desert Eagle or Magnum. But he also can use machine guns and rocket launchers. And he also has a blade with his arm in his final form, I believe. And there's that as well. He can also form a huge like a tornado type BOW styled arm that surrounds him, that makes him invulnerable for a little while and all that. But his biggest weakness here is that he's kind of arrogant and cocky, and he never takes the fight seriously unless he has to. He's kind of like Dante, although Dante's not as evil as Wesker, but Wesker has a god complex. He believes he's above everyone, so he doesn't really bother trying hard against someone beneath him. So there's that. Okay, now, with these two, with Cap and Wesker, I am very confident to say that I honestly think this is not really a close fight. I actually think Wesker has the advantage here over Cap for, at least, in terms of basically everything except for the shield that Cap has, which is his only way of actually beating Wesker. Now, Cap is not going to go down without a fight, no doubt about that, but I think Wesker is going to be too much for him, and he's also, in my opinion, a little bit smarter than Cap, because he always keeps his cool and all that, whereas Cap, he does keep his cool, but at times he does get a little bit angry and all that. It can be taken advantage of, like, people like Black Panther have done that before. Even Iron Man actually beat Cap at one time and eventually killed him, and Iron Man's a very smart guy, so there's that. I'm not sure if Iron Man killed Cap, or did Cap actually die from his injuries. I need some help on that, but anyways, blah. Oh well. But he did lose to Iron Man, so there's that. So Wesker's no Iron Man, but he is pretty smart. He is very tactical, and he is actually analytical to his opponent. So against Captain America, he really doesn't have much trouble against him, because he's very straightforward in his moveset, like throwing a shield and basically punching him and all that. And with the shield stuff, if Cap actually loses that shield against Wesker, Wesker has a really good time beating Cap in a hand-to-hand combat. Like, he'll just snap Cap's necks off or break his arm and all that. So it's kind of, no offense, but I think this is actually a pretty lopsided fight. Although it will be a good fight regardless and all that. Now, in my opinion, I'd say that Wesker clearly gets this and like a 92% chance of winning rate against Captain America. I mean, no disrespect to Captain America. I mean, he is pretty cool. But he's fighting someone that really doesn't have any explorable weaknesses to expose, really, for him. I mean, Cap has struggled against people with regen before, and Wesker has a regen, so there's that. And while Cap may be better trained than Wesker because he's a super soldier, whereas Wesker was basically like a police force officer, and he ended up getting trained overtime and all that in normal conventional ways of warfare. I think that's basically Cap's only way of having an advantage in this fight. Well, I will be honest though, his shield is going to help him a lot here. Although, like I said, if Cap misses against Wesker, which is more likely since Wesker has great reflexes against bullets and all that, and the shield, I believe it actually can catch up to rockets, although I still think Wesker can dodge it anyway, because he has dodged a missile, rocket-propelled grenades before in the game, like as you see in Resident Evil 5, then that's basically it. So, in my opinion, I'd say, like I said before, a 90% chance range for Wesker to win this fight. So, thank you for watching this video, guys. I know it's very quick, but I actually want to give a big shout out to CJ Lapros for giving me this fight to request on. I mean, I'm sorry, man, if it didn't meet your expectations of a close fight. Although, this is my personal opinion only. If you actually think Captain America would win, I'm perfectly fine with that. It's just that I haven't really known Cap that well, but I think I know him enough to see if he can actually take on Wesker. And also, I don't know Wesker that well as well, but at least I have some faint memories about him and all that, so yeah. But you should check out some Cap stuff and Wesker stuff. They are both cool characters. So anyways, thank you for watching, and as for the next time, I actually changed the schedule to it. It used to be Big Daddy versus Nemesis, but I don't know Nemesis and Big Daddy so well, so I'm going to push it back to a later episode. But the next episode is actually going to be one of my favorites. It's going to be Wonder Woman from DC Comics versus Bayonetta from, well, Bayonetta. Now, before I get started, before I log off, I gotta admit that Bayonetta versus Wonder Woman might surprise you. There's a lot of factors into the fight, and actually, I will be honest, it's actually a very, very close fight. So, it's very exciting to do that type of video. Well, anyways, guys, thank you for watching.